Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book. And I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! I'm so glad it's story time. What time is it, Clarence?
It's story time, Book Girl.
That's right. But which story should I tell? Maybe you have an idea. Hey, there's somebody at the door. Let's see if they have an idea for today's story.
Hi, Book Girl. Can you tell me a story about animals?
You bet I can! I have just the story about a big lion walking through the forest. Hey, story stuff, you're a lion.
But I'm not very ferocious.
That's okay. I think you can help me with today's story.
Sure, Book Girl.
Great! So get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a big lion walking through the forest, and he stepped on a big, sharp thorn.
Roar!
He roared, because stepping on a thorn hurts, even if you are the king of the beasts. Now, he tried to get it out, but he couldn't.
Roar!
Then he heard a little voice. You're making a lot of noise.
Roar! Who dare speak to me?
And out popped a little mouse. It was me speaking to you. You are making a lot of noise. Now the lion was used to being treated like the king of the beasts.
Bow down to me and be quiet. I am the king of beasts and could eat you.
I will not bow down to you, and you will not eat me. This made the lion very angry. And he scooped up the little mouse, and as the mouse got almost into his mouth up to his shiny lion teeth, he yelled, "Stop! If you eat me, I will be nothing but a crumb to you. And then I won't be able to get the thorn out of your paw."
You? How could you, a little mouse, help me, a great big lion?
Well, I'm small, it's true. But have you tried to get the thorn out of your paw? The lion said nothing. I thought so. It's a job for somebody small, not somebody big. So if you let me go, I promise I won't run away. But I want you to promise that if I get the thorn out of your paw, that you call me the king of the beasts.
If you, little mouse, take the thorn from my paw after I could not, you truly would be the king of beasts.
So the mouse hippity-hopped down to the paw with the thorn in it. And with his little teeth and his little paws, he pulled out the thorn. So, if somebody calls the king of the beasts a lion, you can say that the real king of the beasts is a teeny tiny mouse. The end.
Wow, that was a great story, Book Girl, but it's time to go.
That's okay, because we will see you at the next Once Upon a Time, right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
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 Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! And I hope you're ready for a story, because I am just bursting to tell one. How are you today, Clarence?
I feel great, Book Girl, because it's story time.
That's right. Now, which story should I tell? Which one? Hey, there's somebody at the door. Maybe they can help me find a story.
Hi, Book Girl. I have a funny little nursery rhyme for you. It's called This Little Piggy. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy ate roast beef. This little piggy had none. And this little piggy cried wee, wee, wee all the way home.
That gave me a great idea for a story. It's the story about 3 little pigs. Mailbox, would you like to be the big bad wolf?
Now that's a role I could sink my teeth into.
I knew you'd like that one. So get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs. They were afraid of the big bad wolf, so they decided to build a house. Story stuff? Can I get some stuff for my story?
Sure, book girl.
Great. The first little pig decided to make a house of straw. The second little pig decided to make a house of sticks. And the third little pig made a house of stones. One night, the big bad wolf walked up to the house made of straw. And he said,
Little pig, let me come in.
"Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin."
Then I'll up and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
So he took a deep breath and he blew the house in. And he swallowed up the little pig whole. Gulp. The next day, he walked up to the house made of sticks and said,
I'll up and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
so he took a deep breath and he blew the house in. And he swallowed the second little pig whole. Gulp. Then he walked up to the house made of stones and said,
I'll up and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
so he took a deep breath and he blew, but nothing happened. So he blew again, and nothing happened. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, until finally he burst. And out flew the 2 little pigs. Mr. Pigs, I'm so happy that you're safe. Now we can build a house of straw, sticks, and stones and live happily ever after, safe from the big bad wolf. The end. Wow, wasn't that a fun story? Thank you, Mailbox.
No problem. That was a great story, book girl, but it's time to go.
Oh, so soon? Well, that's okay, because we will be back for the next Once Upon a Time right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! And I hope you're ready for a story, because I am just bursting to tell one. Hey, Clarence.
Hey there, book girl.
Now, which story should I tell? Hey, there's someone at the door. Maybe they'll have an idea for today's story.
Hi, book girl. I like to eat. Could you tell me a story about yummy, yummy food?
I know just the story for you. It's a story about a little girl named Sally who likes to eat a lot, too. Mailbox, would you do me a favor in this story?
Very well, if it's not too much trouble.
Okay, every time I say the words magic touch, I want you to mail me something to eat.
Righto.
Great! So, get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Sally. She was little, but she liked to eat a lot. And her favorite thing in the whole wide world to eat was candy. She wondered what it would be like if everything she touched could turn into candy. So she wished and she wished. She scrunched up her nose and closed her eyes and wished harder than any little girl ever had. When she opened her eyes, she wanted to see if the wish worked. So she reached down and picked up a ball. And with her magic touch,
Delivery.
it turned into a candied apple. Thanks, Mailbox. So she knew that everything she would touch from now on would turn into candy. The next morning, though, she woke up and was sleepy. She kind of forgot. So she went into the bathroom and took her toothpaste, and with her magic touch,
Delivery.
it turned into a candy cane, and her toothpaste turned into syrup. And then, with her magic touch,
Delivery.
her clothes turned into jelly beans, and her hairbrush turned into a chocolate bar. And her magic touch
Delivery.
was turning everything into candy. Wow, thought Sally. This is so cool. So she went into the kitchen and her mom went to give her a hug. But Sally jumped back. What's wrong, Sally? Why won't you let me hug you? Asked her mother. Well, I made a wish that everything I touched would turn into candy, and it came true. And she realized she'd never be able to hug anyone, or pet her dog, or do anything except sit alone and eat candy. So she wished and scrunched up her nose and wished that she could take it all back. And the wish worked. She ran into the house and gave everyone a hug, and those hugs felt better than candy ever could. The end.
That was a great story, book girl, but it's time to go.
That's okay, Clarence, because we will be back at the next Once Upon a Time right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book. And I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! And I am so glad it's story time. How are you today, Clarence?
I'm just fine, book girl. Hey, why don't you tell us a story about the weather?
What a great idea! Now, I could tell a story about a rainy day, or a sunny day, or a very cold day.
Excuse me, but I have an idea.
You do, Doorbell? What's your idea?
Well, push my nose and find out, but not too hard, please.
Hey, that sounds like the wind. That gives me a great idea for a story. It's a story about a little boy and a very windy day. So can you help me with some wind sounds whenever I need them, Doorbell?
Sure, book girl.
Great! So get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named James. Now, when I say little, I don't just mean smaller than me, or smaller than you, or smaller than Clarence. No! James was so small that he lived inside a walnut shell. Besides being just about this small, he was like other little boys. He liked to play, and that sometimes meant getting into trouble. So one day, one very windy day,
Oh, sorry.
he decided he wanted to fly a kite, like the bigger kids in the playground. So, hey, sorry stuff, do you have something for me?
Sure, book girl, help yourself, but don't tickle.
Thanks, Story Stuff. So James decided to build his own tiny weeny kite. And he held onto the string and threw it up into the air. But it fell to the ground like a rock. So he let out more string, and he threw it up into the air and began to run and run as fast as his little legs would run. But still, the kite wouldn't fly. He began to get discouraged, and he decided to walk home. But then, a big gust of wind blew, and the kite went up into the air, and James, not knowing that the wind was coming, was still hanging on. Oh, said James as the kite went higher and higher. Woo! So, if you hear the sound of the wind, remember that it's just tiny little James still hanging on to his kite. The end.
Wow, that was a really fun story, book girl.
Wasn't it, Clarence? But it kind of tired me out. Oh, and Doorbell, I couldn't have done it without your help.
Thanks, book girl. It was fun. Time to go, book girl.
Oh, well, that's okay, because because we will be back. Isn't that right, Clarence?
That's right.
We will see you next Once Upon a Time, right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
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 Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book. And I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! And I hope you're ready for a story because I can't wait to tell one. But which one should I tell, Clarence?
I don't know, Book Girl.
Hey, there's someone at the door. Maybe they'll have an idea for a story.
Hi, Book Girl. Here's a song for you. It's called The Ants Go Marching. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching three by three. The little one stops to climb a tree. And they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain.
Hurrah! Hurrah! That was a great rhyme! And it gave me a good idea for a story. Thank you. We're going to need to draw a picture, though, I think, for this one. So first we need a river. Whoop. Whoop. There's our river. And let's just draw a tree for fun. There we go. So, oh, I need something else for my story. Story stuff, do you have anything inside?
Sorry, but girl, open me up and find out.
Hey, there is something in here. It's an ant and a grasshopper. So, get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was an ant and a grasshopper, and they met at the edge of a river. Good day, said the ant. Indeed, said the grasshopper. It's always a good day when you're a grasshopper. Why's that? Asked the ant. Because I'm big and strong and I can jump really high. This was true. Compared to the little ant, the grasshopper was big and strong. For example, said the grasshopper, if I wanted to jump across this river, I could do it in one big jump. And that's exactly what he did. Boing! All the way across to the other side. The little ant was puzzled. Well, I don't like this grasshopper picking on me and laughing at me. So, what can I do? How can I get across the river? And he thought and he thought. And then he had an idea. So off the little ant went. Do you know what he's gonna do, Clarence?
Maybe he's gonna build a bridge or maybe get a boat.
That's a good idea. But he does something else. Do you want to find out what it is?
Yeah, Book Girl, finish the story.
Great. So, the ant came back with all of his little ant friends. Ha ha, what good are your friends, said the grasshopper. They're just as small as you are. But the ants linked hands, and they made a chain all the way across the river, and the ants stepped on their backs to cross to the other side. The end.
So the little ant couldn't do it by himself.
That's right, he needed his friends to help him, just like you and Story Stuff help me tell my stories. Thanks, Clarence, and thanks, Story Stuff.
You're welcome, Book Girl. But it's time to go.
That's okay, because we will see you at the next Once Upon a Time, here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time, and I hope you're ready for a story, because I am just bursting to tell one today. But which one should I tell?
Hey, Book Girl, I think we have a visitor.
There's someone at the door. Maybe they have an idea.
Hi, Book Girl. Here's a nursery rhyme about counting. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, and more.
Yay! That was a great rhyme, and it gave me a really good idea for a story. Hey, Doorbell, would you like to play a little girl in today's story?
Sure, book girl.
Great! So get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Jacques. When he learned how to speak, his first word wasn't mommy or daddy. No, his first word was one. One mommy, one daddy. His second word was two. 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 arms. Can you guess what his third word was? Right, it was 3. 3 meals a day, 3 diapers in the morning, and 3 diapers in the afternoon.
3 wheels on a tricycle.
That's the spirit, Clarence. Jacques counted everything. 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers. At lunchtime, he counted the noodles in his chicken noodle soup. There are 365 noodles in my chicken noodle soup. One day, Jacques went to the beach. It was a beautiful day. The sun was shining and the water was warm. But all Jacques wanted to do was sit down and count the grains of sand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until along came a little girl.
Hello? Hello there.
Jacques didn't say anything. He was too busy counting.
Hey, why don't you come and play with me? Hey! Hey!
I can't. I'm counting, said Jacques.
What for?
Because.
Well, because why?
Now, Jacques was getting annoyed. It was really hard to count when someone was talking to you. Because counting is the most fun ever.
More fun than swimming or playing catch or playing with your friends? Counting is more fun than all of those things?
Jacques didn't know what to say to the little girl. He had never tried those things. He was always way too busy counting.
Come on, let's play.
And they did. And Jacques realized that playing was fun too. And he realized that sometimes when you do one thing too much, you miss out on doing other things. So from that day on, Jacques only counted what needed to be counted. The end. Oh, I love that story. It's so much fun to tell.
That was a great story, book girl. Really fun.
And thank you, Doorbell.
Time to go, book girl.
Oh, so soon? That's okay, though, because we will be back at the next Once Upon a Time, right here in my special book. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book. And I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! And I hope you're ready for a story, because I am just bursting to tell one. Hey, Clarence, which story should I tell today?
I don't know, book girl.
Hey, there's somebody at the door. Let's see if they have an idea.
Hi, book girl. In the summer, I really like to go swim. Can you tell us a story about that?
What a great idea! Of course I can. And I know just the story to tell. Clarence, would you like to be Daddy in this story?
Sure, book girl.
Great! And we need something else to tell it, too. Hi, Story Stuff. Do you have anything for me?
Look inside, but don't tickle.
Yep, there is something in here. But it's a surprise. So, get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Rebecca. She loved to swim more than anything in the whole wide world. She would swim underwater and look at the seaweed and the rocks and the fish. And one day, she was swimming along and she came up to a fish.
I didn't know there was a fish in there.
That's because it was a surprise, Story Stuff. Mr. Fish, you look like a special fish, said Rebecca. I am a special fish. I am a magic fish. If you ask for a wish, I will grant it to you. And Rebecca thought and thought. I wish I was a fish. And poof! Rebecca turned into a fish. And she would swim slowly, and she would swim quickly, and she would swim all day long.
Rebecca, where are you? It's your daddy.
I'm over here, shouted Rebecca. But then she realized she had got her wish to be a fish, and her daddy couldn't hear her.
Rebecca, it's supper time, and I'm getting worried. Where are you?
Rebecca thought, oh no, I'm a fish, and I never realized that I'd never be able to leave the water. I never realized I'd never be able to play with my friends. I never realized that I couldn't give my daddy a hug. Oh no. So I wish Mr. Fish was here, and up swam the magic fish. Mr. Fish, I don't want my wish to be a fish. Will you take my wish back? Of course I will, said the magic fish. And poof! Rebecca turned back into herself.
What happened then? What happened to Rebecca, book girl?
She went home and gave her dad a great big hug. And she still had fun swimming, but she realized that being herself was the best thing to be. The end.
That was really fun, book girl, but I think it's time to go.
That's okay. We'll see you next Once Upon a Time in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! And I hope you're ready for a story, because I am just bursting to tell one. But which story should I tell? Which one?
I have a delivery.
Great, mailbox! I wonder what it can be.
Why don't you open me up and find out? I'm stuffed.
Okay.
Whoa.
Hey, what's this? Clarence, do you know what this is?
I don't know, book girl. It looks like some kind of a rock. I know. Push my nose and find out.
Okay, what is it, Doorbell? Oh, that sounds like outer space sounds. That gives me a great idea for a story. Thanks, Doorbell. So come on over to my story room. This is a place where anything can happen. So get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Miguel. He was a lonely little boy because he never had anyone to play with. One night, he was outside with his mom and his uncle, and he saw a flash in the sky. What was that? Asked Miguel. That, my son, is a shooting star, said his uncle. If you see one and make a wish, it'll come true. That's not a shooting star. That's a meteor. That's just a rock that flies around in outer space, said his mother. The next night, Miguel saw the shooting star again, and he thought, why not try and make a wish? So he wished for a friend to play with. And when he opened his eyes, the shooting star was still there, and it was getting bigger and bigger, and it was coming closer, and it came right outside his window. It was a spaceship, and out hopped a little man. Hello there. I heard your wish from outer space. I need a friend too. Would you like to come on a ride on my spaceship? Yes, said Miguel. I would love to. So he hopped in, and off they flew. They flew around the earth and around the moon. They flew up past the stars and back home again. Thank you, Mr. Spaceman. Thank you for making my wish come true. And with a little nod, the spaceman hopped back into his spaceship and zoom! Off he flew. Goodbye, Mr. Spaceman, said Miguel. That night, Miguel went to sleep very happy because he knew that sometimes a shooting star was a rock and sometimes it was much, much more. The end.
Whoa, that was one of my favorite stories, Book Girl. But it's time to go.
Oh, well, that's okay, because we'll be back for the next Once Upon a Time, right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! And I hope you're ready for a story because I am just bursting to tell one. Now, which one should I tell? Hey, I know. I'll check out Story Stuff. Hi, Story Stuff.
Hello, Book Girl.
Do you have anything for my story today?
So, take a look.
Here I go. There's nothing in here.
Are you sure? Look closer.
Yep, there is definitely nothing to be found. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. What story am I going to tell?
Hey, Book Girl, why don't you tell a story about you?
Me? Well, I guess I could do that. Hey, and if I tell a story about me, because you guys are such a part of my life, you could be in it too.
Yay!
So get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. This is a story about me. Once upon a time, there was a girl who loved to make up stories. She would make up stories using nothing but her imagination. A cloud would become a city in the sky. Her bed would become a magic carpet ride to faraway places. A little girl could be a princess, or a doctor, or a circus clown.
Hey, when do we come in, Book Girl? I want to be a part of the story, too.
In a minute, Clarence. One day, this girl went to a bookstore to find new and amazing stories to tell. And she came across a very old book. It was called My Special Book. And the moment she picked it up, she knew it was very special. She opened it up and magic spilled out, and it pulled the girl inside to an amazing place where everything was made of stories. There were lots of friends who were just as excited about stories as she was. There was Story Stuff, a friendly lion who was filled with everything you need to make a great story.
Glad to help, Book Girl.
There was Doorbell, who sometimes got so excited by stories that she couldn't help chiming in. Then there's Mailbox,
Oh.
who doesn't like to admit it, but likes stories just as much as I do.
My duty is to deliver the mail, nothing more.
You love to listen, Mailbox, admit it.
Oh, well.
And then, of course, there's Clarence, the clock that knows the best time of day is story time.
You know it, Book Girl.
And then, the best part of all is that you're here with me. Because after all, a story isn't a story unless there's somebody here to tell it to. The end. That's my story. I hope you liked it.
That was a great story, Book Girl.
Thanks, Clarence.
But it's time to go.
That's okay, because we'll be back with more stories. We'll see you at the next one at Once Upon a Time, right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! I'm so glad it's story time. But which story should I tell today? Do you have any ideas?
I have an idea. Push my nose.
Okay, doorbell. Hey, that sounds like animal noises. That gave me a great idea for a story. Thank you, doorbell. Story stuff, are you ready to help me out today?
I got everything you need, book girl.
Great. Let's have a look. This is a story about a tortoise and a hare. Oh, story stuff. I don't mean hair like hair on your head. I mean hair like a rabbit.
Whoops, sorry, book girl.
That's okay. That's better. So, get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a tortoise and a hare, and they met one day in the woods. Why, you are the slowest animal I've ever seen. I'm fast. I'm the fastest animal around, said the hare. I don't like you making fun of me. Just because I'm slower doesn't mean you're better because you're faster. Of course it does. Don't be silly. I'm fast and fast is best. And I know how I can prove it. I challenge you to a race. Whoever wins the race is better. Very well, said the tortoise. I'll race you and I will win.
I don't like the hare. I want the tortoise to win. I like the hare. He's fast. I want him to win.
Okay, guys, you can cheer for whoever you want. Who do you think is gonna win? So, the tortoise and the hare lined up at the starting line. Ready, set, go! Ding! And the hare was off at a really fast pace. Meanwhile, the tortoise started off very slowly.
Go, hare, go! Zoom, zoom, zoom! Go, tortoise! Hurry, hurry!
I'm running so fast that I could beat the tortoise by even taking a nap midway through. So, down went the hare and fell asleep.
No, don't go to sleep. Run, finish the race!
Meanwhile, the tortoise was plodding along at a steady pace and was almost at the finish line when the hare woke up. Ba-ding! Oh no, I fell asleep. Now the tortoise is gonna win the race. And off he went, and he was going as fast as he could, but the tortoise was still ahead, and he almost caught up, but the tortoise won the race. The end.
Yay! I'm so happy that the tortoise won the race. Oh no, how could the hare lose? Oh.
Well, sometimes it's better to be steady and slow than it is to be fast.
It's time to go, book girl.
That's okay. We'll be back with more stories at the next Once Upon a Time, right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! I hope you're ready for a story because I am just bursting to tell one. Now, which one should I tell? Which one? I know! I'll tell one of my favorite nursery rhymes. You might know this one. If you do, you can play along with me. Clarence, would you like to help?
Sure, book girl.
Great. And story stuff, I need some very important things for today's rhyme.
Well, what do you need, book girl?
Well, I need I don't want to spoil the surprise.
I love surprises.
Do you have those things, story stuff?
You bet I do, book girl.
Great. So get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Hey, diddle, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon.
That's silly, a cow over the moon?
It can't be silly. It's a nursery rhyme where anything can happen, Mailbox. Hey, diddle, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Oh, that's one of my favorites. Did you catch the rhymes? Diddle and fiddle, moon and spoon. Let's do it again.
Hey, wait, I thought you wanted us to help, book girl.
Oh, I got so into my rhyme, I forgot, Clarence. And story stuff, too. Did you get what I need, story stuff?
We're all set, book girl.
Let's have a look. Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow, where's the cow? There she is. The cow. This is where you come in, Clarence. You can be the moon.
Oh, goody, I love to pretend.
The cow jumped over the moon.
Whee!
The little dog laughed to see such sport. And the dish,
I have a delivery.
Mailbox! This really was a surprise delivery. And the dish ran away with the spoon. La 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 la. The end. That's so much fun doing nursery rhymes. And you can make up your own stories at home. Maybe with stuff you have in your bedroom or around the house. Just use your imagination, because that's where all stories come from.
It's time to go, book girl.
Oh, so soon?
But don't worry, because we'll be back.
That's right, and thank you for all of your help. We will see you at the next Once Upon a Time, right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! I am so glad it's story time. Now, which story should I tell today? Which one? I know! I'll tell some rhymes. You can play along with me. Rhymes are when two words sound the same. Like cat and hat, or meet and greet. Clarence, do you know what a rhyme is?
I think I do, book girl.
Okay, so if I were to say run, you might say...
Fun?
Right! Good, Clarence! Run, fun. Fun, run. See how they sound the same? That's a rhyme.
Hey, book girl, can I play too? Can I? I know what a rhyme is. Come on.
Sure you can, Doorbell. If I were to say sit, you might say...
Skyscraper.
Sit, skyscraper, skyscraper, sit. You see how they don't sound the same, Doorbell? How it's not a rhyme?
Oh, I'm so dumb. I can't even play your game.
You're not dumb, Doorbell. You are the smartest doorbell I know.
Thanks, book girl.
So don't give up. Are you ready to try again?
Sure, book girl. I know I can do this.
I know you can, too. So if I were to say sit, you might say...
Hit?
Right! Hit, sit, sit, hit. That is a rhyme. Good, Doorbell.
Yay!
So now we're ready to rhyme and tell a story. Are you ready, Clarence?
You bet, book girl.
Are you ready, Doorbell?
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm good at rhymes now.
You are. And are you ready? Get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick. Whee! See how those rhyme? Now, I'm going to do it again, and I want you to jump in when you know the word. Ready? Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the...
Candlestick.
Whee! Right! Here's another one. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight. Now you jump in when you hear a word that rhymes. Starlight, star,
Bright!
first star I see.
The night!
I wish I may, I wish I
Might!
have the wish I wish tonight. Right, I heard you yell it out. Now you know what a rhyme is. Oh, rhyming is so much fun.
Yeah, it sure is, but it's time to go, book girl. It was fun, but time to run.
That's right. We will see you later, alligator. We will see you at the next Once Upon a Time in my special book. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book. And I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! I'm so glad it's story time. But which story should I tell today?
I have a song you can sing, Book Girl, and I've got some stuff to help you.
What a great idea, Story Stuff. What's the song?
It's the ABC song.
Oh, I love that song because that's how I learned my letters. And once you learn your letters, you can make up words. And once you make up words, you can make up stories.
I knew you'd like it, Book Girl.
So, get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you play with me?
Yay!
Let's do it again. Hey, and Story Stuff, don't you have some things to help me?
Open me up and look inside. I've got things that begin with different letters.
Great! Clarence, I'm going to say the letters of the alphabet. And when you ring your bell, I'll pull out a surprise. Ready?
You got it, book girl.
A. A is for apple. A. B, C, D, E, F, G. H. H is for hat. Hat. I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. P is for potato. P. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, 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 X. That's a hard one. Oh, I think I see something in here. It's a xylophone. X. Y, Z. Now we know our ABCs. I'm so glad you played with me. Thanks, Story Stuff. And thank you, Clarence. Now, we're gonna do it one more time. When you hear the letter of your first name, I want you to yell it out. I'm Book Girl, so I would be letter B. Ready? A, B.
C, D,
E, F, G. H, I, J, K, L.
Oh,
Mailbox, your letter M.
well, I don't like to play. It's a silly game.
Oh, Mailbox, it's fun. Come on.
Very well.
G, H, I, J, K, L,
M.
N, O, P, Q, R,
S.
T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now we know our ABCs. Thank you for playing with me.
That was great, book girl, but it's time to go.
We will see you at the next Once Upon a Time in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book. And I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! I'm so glad it's story time. Now, which story should I tell today?
I have an idea for a story, Book Girl.
You do, Clarence? What is it?
Why don't you tell a story about a rainbow? We have a rainbow right here in my special book.
Thanks, Clarence. You're right. We do. And I know the perfect story of a girl who loved chasing rainbows. Mailbox, would you like to be Daddy in the story?
Oh, very well.
Great. And Story Stuff, would you like to play a lion?
That'll be easy, Book Girl. Roar!
So, get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Drew who had everything she ever needed, and a daddy who loved her very much. One day, she was outside playing, and it started to rain. And you know what happens when it starts to rain? A rainbow appears. Wow, said Drew. That's the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. It looks like a road in the sky. And anything that beautiful must lead to something even more beautiful. I think I'll follow it.
But Drew, I've given you everything, including all my love. Why would you go?
Well, I already have those things, Daddy. And I think I would like something new. So off she went. She walked and she walked. And the more she walked, the further away the rainbow got. She ran into a lion.
What are you doing, little girl?
My name is Drew, and I'm following the rainbow. But I'm getting kind of cold and tired and hungry. Do you have a warm coat and something to eat and a bed that I can take a nap on?
Of course I do. I've got all those things at my home. Come on!
So Drew followed the lion back to his home, and after she had had something to eat, she fell asleep. The next morning, she woke up, and the rainbow was gone. Oh no, said Drew. What am I going to do? I don't have anything to follow. I should have never left home. But just when she thought it couldn't get worse, it started to rain. And, like before, another rainbow appeared. So Drew ran and ran and ran. I wonder what will be at the end of the rainbow. Will it be toys and candy and jewels? And then she saw it. And you know what it was? I bet you do. It was her own home with her own bedroom and her daddy waiting for her. I was right, Daddy. I was right.
Yes, you were right, Drew. There really is treasure at the end of the rainbow.
The end. You see, Clarence? The rainbow always leads home, even here in my special book.
That's right, Book Girl, but it's time to go.
That's okay. We'll be back for the next Once Upon a Time in my special book.
Bye-bye.
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 Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book. And I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! I'm so glad it's story time. But the question is, which story should I tell? Which one? Which one?
Book Girl, you always get to tell the stories. Can I do one?
You want to tell a story? Sure, Story Stuff.
Well, that's hardly fair. Why should Story Stuff get to tell the story?
Yeah, Book Girl, I want to tell the story too. Me too, don't forget about me.
Okay, wait, everyone. Why don't we take turns telling a story? That way, no one is left out. Hey, Story Stuff, do you mind if I look inside?
Go ahead, Book Girl, but don't tickle. I can't tell a story if I'm tickling.
Here I go. Wait, yeah, I think I see something. Yep, I think we will be able to tell a story. A ball of yarn, a mouse, and a xylophone. Why don't we tell a story using all three things? And story stuff, since it was your idea, you can start. But first, get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun.
So, once upon a time, there was a little mouse who loved music, but the only music that he could play was on the xylophone.
Okay, Doorbell, your turn.
Okay, so one day the little mouse went to play the xylophone, but it was gone. Somebody had picked it up and moved it far across a big lake.
And your turn, Clarence.
So the mouse really wanted to play, so he had to get to the other side of the lake. But all he had was a ball of string. He didn't know what to do.
Okay, Mailbox.
Oh, it's silly. A mouse would not play with a xylophone.
Mailbox, it's supposed to be silly, and it's your turn.
Oh, the mouse had an idea. If I throw the yarn across the lake, I'll be able to crawl over and get to my xylophone.
So now it's my turn. So the mouse tied the ball of yarn to a tree, and he threw it across the lake. And it landed right next to the xylophone. So he began to run across.
But he was very scared because it was up really high and the yarn was very thin. He went as fast as he could.
No, he went slowly.
No, he went fast.
Okay, guys, can't we just agree that he goes across the yarn?
Okay.
All right.
And so he kept going, and now, since you started it, Story Stuff, you get to finish it.
The little mouse was so happy that he made it across that he played a special song.
Oh! The end! Oh, I'm so glad we decided to do a story together.
Me too, Book Girl. But it's time to go.
That's okay. We'll be back for the next Once Upon a Time, isn't that right?
That's right.
Right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye.